We also had a report in the Wall Street Journal today of a lawsuit being filed against Dell for receiving kickbacks from Intel. Apparently, Intel had a way of telling Dell, dude, you're getting an Intel by paying them up to $1 billion a year so that they wouldn't use processors from AMD, Intel's arch rival.
But isn't that part of the whole marketing Intel inside thing that they would? My understanding is that Apple, or not Apple, but Intel did this for years with all their customers. If you agreed to use exclusively Intel processors, the company would give you a certain amount of money to help market your computers.
That seems to be the case here. Dell did not comment on this report. Intel denies wrongdoing.
Any sense of why Dell and HP are both kind of stuck at equal levels in the market share for PCs shipped? Tough question.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah, well, no, I would. You look at it, and they both have basically a similar way of. They're not really. And this is just my opinion, but they don't seem to be committed to innovation so much as low cost. And there's only so much you can do to distinguish your product when your selling point is low cost. It's like, how can you distinguish yourself from your competitors other than driving lower prices?
Right.
And on the Wintel side here, we have a different model than on the Apple side. For the PC makers like HP and Dell, they only control half of the equation. They can innovate on the hardware side. They can do little software updates. But a big part of the equation is the operating system, which is out of their hands. It's in Microsoft's hands. Whereas on Apple, they have a more holistic approach.
Yeah, and that brings to mind the whole introduction of Vista this week. It just seemed to fizzle. The wow factor certainly didn't seem to be there as far as the number of people showing up, standing in line to buy this product.
It was Best Buy. Best Buy folks opened up 14 stores around the country at midnight, and they claimed that somewhere in the 200 to 250 range of people showed up waiting online before midnight at some stores, but that's nothing like what we saw from excitement about video game consoles.
Well, and especially considering Windows dominates the computer sector.
Right.
I mean, it's if you just look at the pure numbers, I mean, those kind of numbers are nothing. And it's just, you probably get more turnout for an Apple release of the next version of OS X, which is really amazing. I mean, I guess maybe it's a tribute to Apple and their ability to hype their products, but
I think that consumers know that if they're buying a PC in the next year, A, they're going to get Vista, B, there's no shortage of Vista out there, and I think that Windows can't help but do well on this.
Yeah, I also think that maybe you're right. If you're buying a new computer, that's the way to go. But for folks who have an existing computer, I think there's still a lot of questions about whether or not the existing hardware they have will run this. And do you really want to go out and buy a new video card or a network card? So
if you have a stable working system at home with software that works, that suits your needs, there's going to be very little push to go either upgrade or buy a new PC right now. So, it'll take a couple of years.